times better. Even though oh my goodness, and a pretty, oh my god, the camera must have just come out of my head. That is the kind of vertical movement. In a world where every second car pretends to be an SUV, but they are nothing but pseudo SUVs, technically jacked up front wheel drive hatchbacks, today I'm comparing two real SUVs which are ladder frame and have the capability. Welcome to an off-road comparison of these beasts. I am here at Pro Dirt Adventure near Andhra Dam to test these cars to the extreme. But before that, let me ask you a question. Did you know that when you buy a new car, the dealer can take up to twice the amount for insurance? This has become a common practice in India, but you can smartly save your money here. You don't have to ask for any discount, you just have to pay the right price. I will tell you how. In India, it's mandatory to get insurance on your new car before you drive it out of the showroom. And that's the reason why people just opt for their car's insurance from the dealer itself. But IRDAI states that you can take your car insurance from wherever you want. It's not mandatory to take it from the car dealer. But where will you get your car insurance at the right price? From the Acko app. I will tell you the reason. Because with Acko, you buy directly from the company. There are no middlemen involved. And thus, you don't have to pay anyone any commission. Basically, you can save up to Rs 36,000 on your new car's insurance by opting for the right insurance. Till date, Acko has insured more than 8 crore Indians and settled more than 2 lakh claims. Don't get happy by getting a mere 5-10% discount on your car insurance when you are being charged double. Be smart, buy the right insurance from Acko at the right price. So whenever you go to buy a new car, make sure to first check the Acko app. The link is in the description as well as on the top right corner of the screen right now. Now let's quickly recap on the design and features of both these cars. If you notice, this is a mini G-Wagon, this is a mini Wrangler, but the Wrangler is bigger than the G-Wagon in which world? Because the Thar is longer, wider, taller, has a higher ground clearance and also better water weighting capacity. The Jimny looks really chintu-mintu in front of the Thar. The Thar is just so freaking wide. This one is just so narrow. But boxy design, both of them have this boxy design. Let's quickly open the engine bay because this is where the Thar really beats the Jimny. This is a single engine. I mean, obviously all cars have a single engine, but only a 1.5 litre petrol engine is what you get with the Jimny. Engine bay is really very dirty. Don't ask what is that. There's no insulation here, which is quite shocking. And everybody does walk around with clean cars. So I am doing it differently today because these cars have been hammered today. Really very dirty. Now let's quickly open the engine bay of the Thar as well. And it's going to be some effort. Oh my god, there it opens. No insulation there, but engine looks bigger because it is. So it has this retro type design here, very much like what we see with the Wrangler as well. And okay, so a bit of an effort to close it. There it's shut. This is of no use. This is just aesthetic purpose. Round lights, no LEDs here, which is kind of shocking and surprising. I don't know if you can see the lights. I'm just going to clean it for you. Halogens, you get fog lamps, of course. And it says Thar right here. The amount of badging on the Thar is absolutely crazy. Meanwhile, with the Jimny, you get headlight washers, LED headlights as well, which is fantastic. I really like that. But you can see the approach angle is better in the Thar. Of course, both these cars have similar hardware when you talk about what lies below. Firstly, you get a towing hook there, you get a towing hook there. So one towing hook for both the cars at the front. But at the rear, the Jimny actually has 2 towing hooks, which is fantastic. Oh my god, you have to actually put the key to open this. Not so in the Jimny. And look at the size of the tires. That is covered. That's also an alloy. So both of them offer alloys. Look at the towering height of the Thar. Oh my god, I'm already scared. And if you notice, there is one towing hook here. The Jimny has got two towing hooks, one there and one there as well. Gets 4 parking sensors. The Thar only gets 2 parking sensors. There's a reverse parking camera which is hidden somewhere. I can't even find it, but I think it's right below there. The Thar does not get a reverse parking camera, which is shocking. And in terms of the lights, again, no LEDs, so crazy cost cutting. Let's see how is the boot. Firstly, it's very inconvenient to open the boot of the Thar because first you have to open it like this and then you have to put this upwards. There is no space at all. Yeah, very little space, but you can actually put this seat ahead. Once you put this seat ahead, which is by pulling this, then you have got some storage space. Otherwise, there's absolutely no space. The best thing you can do is carry such slim suitcases. It gets a roll cage. The Jimny misses out on that. High mounted stop lamp as well. And I love the attention detail. If you notice, there is this car. Lot of Easter eggs on this vehicle. In fact, there's sort of a leaf treatment somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. The leaf treatment is also given. So, lot of Easter eggs here. The Jimny doesn't need it. Firstly, request sensor here. And the door actually opens in one piece only now because it's a slope. It's a bit of an effort to open. Now it's opening. So that's kind of nice and smooth. Boot is definitely bigger here. You get a light here, 12-volt charging socket. So yes, a more usable boot. That's the reason I put more stuff here. And then obviously you can recline the seat as well. 50-50 split. Nice. But this car gets a rear wiper as well. The Thar does not get a rear wiper. It only gets a rear defogger. This also gets a rear defogger. And here is from where the spray comes, high mounted stop lamp. Antenna is placed right there. So that's kind of nice. The biggest USP of this car is that it has got multiple doors. 5 doors. The Thar has got 3 doors. So that is another big differentiator. And from the side, it is evident that it is the Thar which has a lot of road presence. You know what? The length of both the cars is the same. When you include the spare wheel of the Jimny and when you don't include the spare wheel of the Thar. So obviously the Thar is bigger in terms of every dimension. Only thing is the Jimny having 5 doors has a longer wheelbase. And when you come to the tires, you will be shocked. 15 inches, really chintu mintu, 18 inches. So 265, 65, 18s, massive tires here. These are 195, 80. Yeah, massive sidewall. 15s. Who gives 15 inches? Which is quite shocking. There's the antenna for the Thar, of course. And both these cars do cost cutting by not offering rear discs. Now, of course, with the Thar, you can get a soft top version, also convertible soft top. You can get rear wheel drive, you can get a ton of features. But with the Jimny, it's more focused 6 variants, I think 13, 14 variants. Request sensor is placed here. The Thar does not get any request sensor. That means you have to always use the key. And here, you don't have to use the key, which is nice. So, a little bit more convenient in the Jimny. I definitely like that. Doors are a little small, but it has got power windows, which actually open. The Thar second row windows do not open. So, it's a lot more claustrophobic there. Can recline this. Both the cars obviously get ISOFIX child seat mounts. This seat is way better than the Thars because there's good amount of space. Although it's narrow, so two people are comfortable, but you might just rub your shoulders, which is kind of fine. Space is fine. There's some storage space. No door pockets only at the rear, but at least we get doors because the Thar does not even offer you that. In terms of features, this car blows the Thar away. So many features in this car. Although I would have liked if it had a 360-degree parking camera and all that. None of that is there, but it's pardonable because the Thar does not even get any of those features. See, Thar branding here as well. Now, let's get inside. This dummy keyhole for what? I have no idea. Seats are better in the Thar, of course. And to get to the rear, I have to push the seat like this. And, oh my God. This is so difficult. Yeah, you have to put some effort. Now, it's not very comfortable here because you're sitting on the wheel well, which means that you face all the body roll. So, second row or this row of seats is not very comfortable. And the other issue is that the windows just do not open. There's no door only, so doors don't open only. Speakers have been placed on the top and all. That's kind of cool. Let me push this back. Glove box is really small, although it's lockable. It's super small, and this nice plating here, which is fantastic handle to hold onto. But the Jimny has so many more features. Firstly, it's got 6 airbags. The Thar has got 2 airbags. The Jimny has also got a push button start, which is fantastic. Yeah, there is the push button start. And it also gets headlight washers, which is fantastic because obviously when I'm driving these cars, the condition is such you definitely need headlight washers. Interior feels nice. Seats are comfortable. Cabin is so narrow now that you're going to rub your shoulders here for sure. Very retro cluster, but this screen is better because this is 9-inch. So the Thar gets a 7-inch screen and it is very slick to use. It says 8.9 kilometers per liter. That's the reason now. I have fuel bills lying here. You have to continuously keep filling fuel. Okay, this is bigger, but it's not lockable. Some storage space here, handle to hold on to as well. Climate control, air conditioning, the Thar misses out on that. Like the switches, auto one touch up down, power window for the driver, which is kind of cool. And both of these cars obviously get climate control. What? Cruise control, I meant. Yeah, they both get cruise control, of course, and buttons on the steering wheel as well. Okay, let's shut the air conditioning. This screen is better, but this car also gets a reverse parking camera. Camera quality is okay. It's not great. It gets guidelines. They are not adaptive. No auto dimming mirror in either of these cars. So cost cutting has been done there evidently. Oh, I like the fact there's a mirror here. Same is the case here as well, which is good. These are the controls for the rear power windows. Placed in the center. Some dummy buttons here. Both of them obviously get low range transfer case as well. No USB-C charging sockets on either of these cars, but this one gets wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. That does not get. Audio quality is better in this car, but you really want to listen to audio in such cars? Absolutely not. So cluster, I feel, is better in the Thar because obviously you get a multi-information display. You can see a lot of stuff here, but I'm disappointed by the fact that you don't get adventure statistics right here. But 6 airbags is fantastic in a Maruti Suzuki car. So yes, it is quite loaded. Honestly, it is quite loaded. So I will give this to Maruti Suzuki for sure. Those don't really have the third or the robustness of the Thars. And the Thar is like you have to climb into the cabin. That's so high. No ADAS and all that. You really don't need it. See, Thar written here. I love the way this has been done. Hinges. So very retro feel as such. And these are the controls to operate the instrument cluster. Of course, seats are nice, very nice and comfortable. This is the key. So this is actually illuminated. Obviously, that's a push button start. You don't need any illumination. So here you can clearly see that you have to rely on the key to unlock the car and also to turn it on. There, no clutch lock at all. Door pockets are decent sized. The ones on the Jimny are really very slim. And this cluster is actually quite good. This is super small, but we get adventure statistics both for on-road as well as off-road, which is something I really like. No climate control, air conditioning here. Coin holder right there. Twin cup holders. So I think this is more usable in this car because both the levers are placed here and there's some storage space here as well. Multiple charging options, but no USB-C here, of course. Come on, we need a bigger screen. And when I get into reverse, I'm so disappointed the camera doesn't turn on. And because I can't see anything here, I'm in so much panic. There's no rear wiper also. How do I see? I just can't. And there's no mirror here. There is a mirror right there. And this thing can be removed with some effort, but just get the convertible if you want to really remove that. Buttons and all are nicely done. Downhill assist and all. But this is to lock and unlock the car. In the Jimny, you have to actually lock and unlock from there itself. Power window controls here. No one touch up, down. If you notice, there is no dead pedal here. Okay, pardon my shoes. They're completely ruined. So are my jeans. In fact, I've kept a towing cable, whatever that is, towing rope actually, in case I get stuck because I'm worried either of these cars, again it says Thar here, either of these cars could get stuck because I'm going to really take them off-road today. Let's get into the Jimny one last time before we start driving these machines. So there is a dead pedal here, which is something I really like. Nicely done. And I didn't show you the key of the vehicle, typical Maruti key, but at least you have like keyless entry and all that. Now you tell me, between both these cars, which do you think will perform better off-road? Because this is a mountain goat, very light. This is heavy but more powerful engine. Let's test them right away. So first things first, we are going to drive the Thar off-road, which means I'm going to get into the menu. I'm going to turn on adventure statistics because obviously we can, and I'm going to turn it to off-road one as well. Straight away I come into drive. We are actually on 2 high, yeah, in 2 high, and off we go. A lot of flies inside this car right now. Oh my goodness. The ride of the Thar is kind of bad. Not kind of, it's very bad. And I think I'm going to give the car a wash for sure. When you're driving this car fast, it feels absolutely rugged. So there you see, oh my goodness. I am bouncing all over the place. The Thar's ride is terrible, honestly, it's terrible. Especially when compared to the Jimny, we're bouncing almost everywhere. I think the toolkit is bouncing behind. So yeah, oh my goodness, I don't even know where I'm going. That is the kind of craziness which is happening right now. But the Thar has the better engines for sure. More powerful, more torquey, and that really helps when you're driving the car off-road. But the ride is very busy. This body-on-frame platform makes it, it makes it very evident that this is a body-on-frame platform, and that's the reason why you just roll all over the place. Slash and all, no problem at all. This car absolutely annihilates everything because bigger tires now. The bigger the tires, the better it is always. Trust me on that. And those bigger tires definitely help when you're driving this car. Oh my goodness. So much fun. But the Thar's weight is a hindrance. It's quite heavy a car, but its steering is better than the Jimny. How is that possible? Well, honestly, the Jimny is I don't even know where I'm going. So the Jimny actually uses an electric power steering. This is a hydraulic power steering, and we are sliding all over the place because right now, obviously, I am in a rear wheel drive mode only, and because of the ruggedness of the car, oh my god, I'm bouncing everywhere. So we have got brake locking differential. Mechanical locking differential is optional for 20,000 rupees, only available with the diesel. Engine is nice and refined, quite punchy as well. This is the diesel automatic which I'm driving, which is honestly the pick of the lot. However, people who want to buy petrol should remember that the petrol Thar really drinks more than the Jimny as well. So that's something you should avoid at all costs. Just get the diesel, because the diesel is a diesel is a diesel, and a diesel auto is better because with the diesel manual now, that effort of changing gears is just not worth it. You hear a lot of noises inside, lot of body roll, lot of vertical movement as well, lot of lumpiness to the right. So in terms of ride and handling, the Thar isn't as good as the Jimny. However, there is one advantage: the steering is better. The hydraulic steering is actually better, and the turning radius is also lower when compared to the Jimny. Even though the Jimny is really chintu-mintu a car, I can feel every inch inside. And then we come on to these rocks. Oh, you're moving all over the place. Articulation and all is fantastic. In fact, this has a better approach angle. I think it also has a better breakover angle because of the shorter wheelbase when compared to the Thar. The Thar has a better departure angle. Sorry, the Jimny has a better departure angle. And doing all these off-roading, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Oh, it does move around quite a lot. Yeah, the movement is absolutely freaking insane. Can't see anything there because that's how dirty the car is becoming. I'm sorry for, oh my goodness. Yeah, that is the reality of the situation right now, that anywhere I go, I just power through. And I'll tell you another sad thing about this car. It is the fact that you can feel the weight. This is a heavyweight car, and that's the reason why the petrol is not that efficient. Diesel is quite efficient, and it has a bigger tank as well, so that's also really helpful. My goodness, I can feel every organ in my body. That is the kind of craziness it is. Oof. All right, let's get into the Jimny and let's go. Air conditioning off. Yeah, first we'll do that. We get into drive mode, and I'm going to turn off traction control. Not that it's going to help. I'm going to keep this button pressed for a couple of seconds. This is so slow in loading, and off we go. I was like into first gear, but no, we don't need to do that. Why? Oh god, I need to stop. Firstly, it took my name. I'm going to wait for 2 minutes because this stupid thing is ringing.
Few moments later.
How frustrating and stupid is this thing? So basically what this car does is, and newer Maruti cars do, is they keep ringing the seatbelt reminder for the rear seats even when no one is seated there, just to tell people that you need to buckle up, even though if you're traveling solo and no one is at the rear seat. Such a stupid feature. So you just have to plug the seatbelt all the time and keep it, otherwise this thing will keep ringing. And I think it rings for almost 2 freaking minutes. Shut up!
15 minutes later. 6 hours later. Maru.
And off we go. Water splashy. Yo baby. You see, there's a lot of dirt. Immediately I can feel that the ride quality is so much better. This car actually glides over the worst of road. Oh my goodness. Yeah, trust me, the ride is 10,000 times better. Even though, oh my goodness, what is this shower which is happening? Even though both cars are body on frame, the Jimny rides way better, and it feels super confident as well. doesn't really feel that hulky fulky, even though it is around 500 plus kgs lighter than the Thar. Yes, this is light, and that lightweight plays to its advantage, because of which obviously it has lesser body roll, so better to drive in that regard. And then throttle, whoa, ho, 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 ho. I'm having a ball of a time. This car is so much fun to drive. Even in slush and all, it just glides. So look at the amount of slush ahead, no problem. Whoa, baby. Yeah, we are not in four-wheel drive mode at all. We don't need to be, because both these cars are super duper robust. The problem with the Jimny though is, even though it's super fun, is that the ground clearance is low compared to the Thar, of course. So here we have a ground clearance of 210 mm, the Thar is 226 mm. That is fine. The biggest problem is that this car has a very low water weighting capacity of just 300 mm. Meanwhile, the Thar is more than double at 650 mm of water weighting capacity, and that plays a huge role. So you have to put a snorkel in this car, no two ways about it. And the small tires don't really grip as well, and the engine is quite lackluster. It just does not feel as punchy as the Thar's engine. Plus the gearbox is also slow. It is more than 6 seconds slower when compared to the Thar in terms of acceleration. That is how slow it is. Yeah, the engine is very lackluster here. Could have done with more oomph. You know what? The Thar petrol makes 50% more power. This is 104 horsepower, that's 150 horsepower. More torque, 300 Newton meters. This is 134 Newton meters, 320 Newton meters actually. So the Thar is just the better car in terms of powertrain, but in terms of dynamics, this car blows everything out. It has solid axle at the front. The Thar does not have. The Thar is independent suspension at the front, because of which the turning radius on this car is obnoxiously stupid. Yeah, the turning radius is quite a lot. Even though the size is smaller, the turning radius is massive here. That's what she said. And the ride is unbelievable, yeah. So both cars obviously ladder frame, solid axle at the rear. You have got brake locking differential. You got like most of the hardware is the same. Only thing is here we have got solid axles, which helps in better off-road ability. And then I'm so sorry for this. Ouch! Oh, did you guys put your head down? I certainly did. Car does feel unlike a Maruti Suzuki car, super duper robust, and engine really cries. Low end is nice and peppy, but in the mid range it kind of dies out. Top end is not there. Red lines quickly at 6,300 RPM. Not quickly, it's very slow to rev as such. And look at the turning radius, it's just super duper bad here. Oh. Off-roading is fun and games till you are stuck, and yes, I am stuck in the Jimny because of 3 reasons. Firstly, it is running on highway tires. The Thar is running on all-terrain tires, and that's the reason it was able to move ahead without any issue. Yeah, it got stuck, but then it was able to come out of here quite easily. Second problem is the ESP system. You can turn off traction control, it automatically turns on after a certain speed, but the ESP cannot be turned off, and it's continuously cutting power. And third is this engine is very weak. Torque output is very less, and that's the reason it's not able to get out of here. Now the Thar is going to get a towing rope and pull us out from here, which makes it amply clear that the Thar is the better off-road vehicle. Yeah, this is light, but when the going gets tough, it's the Thar which gets going. This is difficult. More dirty than difficult. Yes, rip white shoes. Finally! Stop. So this attempt of getting the car out has resulted in me spoiling or soiling my white shoes. Firstly, look at this. Secondly, look at this. Jeans are gone, shoes are gone, everything is gone. और तुम लोग लाइक भी नहीं करते वीडियो. करो ना यार, सब्सक्राइब करो, कमेंट करो, कुछ तो करो यार, ताकि मैं नए जूते ले सकूं.
आज मूड नहीं कर रहा.
So this car has come to the rescue of saving the Jimny because the Jimny got stuck. This car did not get stuck because of the weight. Yeah, the weight actually helped it here because of the added weight. Now it was able to come out. So if I had put 4 people in the Jimny, probably the Jimny would have also come out. But then we just got a towing rope and got the Jimny out. The biggest problem with the Jimny are the tires. Why does it have highway tires? This car has all-terrain tires, and that really helps because of the all-terrain tires. It performs better, no doubt about that. And bigger the wheels, the better it is to actually take on bad roads and bumps and all that. Even though the Jimny's ride is better, but imagine the Jimny with bigger wheels would be so much better. But today the Thar has come to the rescue, and I feel the Thar is better off-road. Yeah, the Jimny is good. I'm not denying that fact, but it needs better tires for sure to be better than the Thar, because the Thar's tires, stock tires, are so good. 18-inch wheels, wide tires, lot of grip. So yeah, that definitely helps, and I mean it is a benefit of the Thar, and that's the reason why I actually like the Thar more, because stock only this car comes with full focus towards better off-road ability rather than saying, oh, let's have smaller tires for fuel efficiency. No. Mahindra does not believe that. Gearbox is also better here. Lot of powertrain options. You've got rear-wheel drive with 1.5 liter diesel engine. Then there's a 2 liter turbo petrol engine, which highlights the Jimny in terms of performance. Yeah, the performance is just next level from the Thar petrol, but also the fuel efficiency is also next level bad. Diesel is amazing. So they've got 2 diesel engines. They've got so many options. They've got automatic, manual for both. Oh my god, they've got automatic and manual both for petrol and diesel. So yeah, Mahindra has absolutely not compromised in terms of giving us many options here. And when both of these cars went through that super slush, it was the Thar which did not get stuck. Even though both of them were in 4-low, the Thar actually has better torque now. That definitely helps. Besides that, it also has better tires. It also, oh my god, oh freak man, I think it's insane how we are going. So yeah, the traction control will kick in, and okay, it is kicking in traction control. I can turn it off, not that it matters, because then the cars automatically turn on the traction control system. The amount of water I've sprayed here is insane. It's absolutely freaking insane. Wonderful experience taking these cars off-road. But remember one thing, if you own these cars now, you wouldn't want to break them like how I'm breaking them right now. So that's another thing which owners have to really think about, because this car ki baji hui hai 15,000 kilometers, and it's in a pretty, oh my god, the camera must have just come out of my head. That is the kind of vertical movement, and high speed stability isn't that good. Lot of wind noise as well in the Thar, so it continuously keeps hitting you. But hey, I really like the Thar, and I like the Jimny as well. But I think the Jimny could have been priced more aggressively, and the 5-door Thar is going to be priced like ridiculously expensive. So I just think I'm just going to get the Espresso instead. So we were in 4-low when this car got stuck, and that's because of the tires not having enough grip and the car not having enough weight, and obviously the engine not having enough torque. And then I can keep complaining again and again, but I hate the fact that even though when you turn off traction control, oh, I'm sorry for this, yeah, even though we turn off traction control, it automatically turns on. Then ESP is also something which bothers you by not letting you put that power down when you really need to get out of a situation. They should give you the option of actually turning all that off as well. But trust me on this, the Jimny is so much fun. It's a car which is less of a compromise. See, traction control is not letting me do anything. I'm full on the throttle. The car wouldn't accelerate at all. Low range transfer case in both these cars, which makes mincemeat of the worst of terrains. But I love driving this car. Yeah. It is so much fun. It doesn't feel as chintu mintu on the inside. You kind of feel you're driving a bigger car. That is the kind of, the driving feel. The driving feel is super duper intact here, and I can push it really hard and fast, although it's slower than the Thar, but it has better high speed stability. It doesn't have a lot of wind noise coming here, which the Thar does have, kind of unfortunate. And in terms of safety, obviously the Thar is going to be safer. It's more robust, a lot of weight and whatnot. Braking performance is better here, less weight to stop, of course. And the engine sounds kind of sporty in the higher end of the rev range. The Thar's engine does not redline like this one. This is a Japanese engine, but this engine also doesn't really redline like a Japanese engine. So there we have it. And the steering has no feel here. Electric power steering. The Thar steering is really better, even though it's a hydraulic. It just feels way better and more predictable. This one understeers like crazy. The kind of understeer this car does is absolutely mad for no reason. Now it keeps understeering, so you have to really be careful while driving this car. And the Thar has all-terrain tires. This has highway tires. I don't know for what reason, because this car is not for the highway. It struggles out on the highway. But what a robust machine, man. I love driving this Jimny. Something's going to break here for sure. Yeah, something already broken in this car, because when I point the steering straight, it completely drifts to the left side. So in just 900 kilometers, the car's condition isn't as good as it should be. So not really very robust as such, something I would have expected this car to be. And on an off-road trail, my goodness, both these cars are so much fun, but the Jimny is just way more fun to drive. The Thar is slightly more capable, I would say. Yeah, you need to swap out the tires for better grippy tires, and then only this car will really take everything in its stride way better than it does right now. I'm bouncing, and traction control kicking in, just stopping my progress. That's another reason you get stuck in this car. Look at the traction control. How stupid can you be? And I don't have off-road statistics. What is this? Come on, Maruti, give us such things as well. What an amazing day. I really drove these cars to the extreme, thrashed them hard, and in return got thrashed as well. Yeah, I took a beating as well, but so much fun driving these machines. You can't go wrong with either, but there has to be one winner. There's no denying the fact that the Jimny is the more practical car here. It's a car which requires lesser compromise to live with. The Thar does require a lot more compromise. But if you're looking for a roadworthy car, why buy either of these? Just get the Creta, or probably even the Brezza for that matter. However, you are buying these cars for off-roading, for that feel-good factor, for that macho appeal. And in that regard, it is the Mahindra Thar which comes out on top, because not only do you get a lot of variety in terms of variants, engines, powertrains, and even the way power is channel to the wheels. You can get it in rear wheel drive, you can get it into four wheel drive. I mean, you can get a four wheel drive version as well. That means that this car actually starts cheaper than the Jimny, but the Jimny is much cheaper, around 1.3 lakhs cheaper on road prices when you compare the four wheel drive versions of both these cars. So for me personally, the Thar is the right choice. Obviously, you have to make a lot of modifications, put that Wrangler grille, change the suspension and do whatnot, but you can't go wrong with them. They are just fantastic, and I'm so happy and thankful that we have got real SUVs at real attractive prices. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check out the Acco app by clicking on the top right corner of the screen right now. And I know you're wondering how I reached there. I only know the struggle. That's how I did.